Oh, Devotees, thank you very much for joining today. We wanted to seek the blessing of Radha Madhav, Radha Shyamsula, Krishna, Balaram, Bhagavad, Singh Dev, Gaunitai, Srila Prabhupada, Guru Maharaj, the seven devotees. So today we're going to talk about Suryadeva, who's a very prominent Devata within the Vedic tradition. He is the sun god, embodies a fraction of Lord Krishna's opulence, and is a very powerful jiva or living entity. Therefore, the sun god can be worshipped not as a supreme personality Godhead, but as his powerful representative. We worship the sun god by chanting the Gayatri mantra. So one of the salutations of Gayatri mantra is towards the sun god, Suryadeva.
Which one, Prabhu? Is the Om Varsha?
Yes, that's correct. That's correct.
So,
That it can refer to Suryadev. It also can refer to Sri Krishna, because he's the source of Suryadev. And sometimes he takes the position of Surya Narayan. It also can refer to Radharani. This is the most amazing mantra, actually, the Gayatri mantra. There's a word in there which Jiva Goswami relates it directly to Radharani. So Gayatri mantra is a very special mantra, actually. So
thank you, Prabhu.
thank you.
So when we offer, when we give water to Suryadeva, we can chant that mantra, yeah? Om Varsha, yeah.
You could. There is probably a special mantra, I don't know it. When you're offering water Suryadev in the morning, there's probably a special mantra for that. Gayatri is generally chanted by the Brahmin community, Brahmin initiated devotees. Generally, it's not chanted apart from by them. But for Suryadev, there should be another mantra. I don't know what it is, I must admit. I haven't, I'm not experienced in that area. There would be no harm chanting the Gayatri mantra, but I'm sure there is a special mantra for Suryadev if in the morning when you're offering water to him. Yeah.
Okay, Prabhu, thank you.
Surya, the sun god, controls the affairs of the entire universe, especially in regard to heat, light, seasonal changes, and so on. He's considered a powerful jiva, an expansion of Narayan, sometimes called Surya Narayan. All living entities, including demigods, human beings, animals, birds, insects, reptiles, creepers, trees, depend upon the light and heat and light given by the sun god from the sun planet. It'd be very hard to sustain life as we know it without Suryadev. Furthermore, it is because of sun's presence that all living entities can see Surya as the life and soul of this universe. And there are innumerable universes for which a sun god is the life and soul, just as the Supreme Personality Godhead is the life and soul of the entire creation. Oh, this looks like an interesting mantra, which is offered to Suryadev. Let's have a crack at it. Om Akrishnan Rajasa Vartamano Niveshyanamritam Matrayam Cha Hiranyayena Savita Rathena Devorati Yati Bhunani Pashyan. Throughout the dusky fermentation advancing, laying to rest the immortal and the mortal. Born in his golden chariot, he cometh, Savita, God, who looks up on every creature. The above Vedic mantra of him is the Rig Veda in the praise of Surya, the sun god. Surya Dev, also known as Surya or Pratit, is the main solar deity in Sanatan Dharma. He is also commonly referred to as the sun, the main deity of the Navagrahas or the 9 planets of Vedic astrology as well. He is also considered as one of the Navagrahas. Surya is often portrayed as riding a chariot driven by 7 horses, or alternatively by one horse with 7 heads. The 7 horses represent the 7 colors of the rainbow, 7 chakras in the subtle human body as well, sometimes shown with 2 hands, holding 1 lotus in each, and sometimes with 4 hands, holding a lotus, chakra, and gada. So this is a very nice, beautiful picture. 7 horses, 4 hands. Suryadeva in Vedic Dharma is considered to be an eye of the Virat Purush or Vishwarup, universal form of Lord Krishna himself. Incidentally, Surya is worshipped by people, saints, and even asuras or demons. Certain groups of Rakshasas called the Yatudhanas were staunch followers of the sun god. Surya Devata is regarded as the supreme being among the followers of the Shoda sect, which has now become very small and almost endangered. The Shodas worship him as one of the 5 major forms of Lord. Surya is worshipped in many forms, but 2 of the most common forms of the deity are Akra and Mitra. Surya in the form of Akra is worshipped mostly in north and eastern India. The very grand and elaborate Konarak temple in Orissa, the Uttarak and Lorak in Uttar Pradesh, the Balakra temple in Rajasthan, and the Sun temple in Modhera, Gujarat, are all dedicated to this form of Akra. Yet another temple, the Balakra Surya Mandir, built in Uttar Pradesh in the 10th century, was destroyed in the 14th century during the Turkish invasion. Mitra is found mostly in Gujarat. Mitra literally means friend. Lord Surya is hailed by 108 names, and the commonest of among them are Aditya, Adidev, Angarak, Arka, Bhaga, Dharma Dvija, Datri, Dhumaketu, Indra, Jaya, Maitreya, Prabhakara, Ravi, Savitri, Soma, Teja, Vaishrav, Vaishravana. That's also a name for Krishna, which is the fire that is inside our belly. So, his family and relationships. Surya or Vaivasvata has 3 queens, namely Sharanya, also called Saranya, Saranyu, Sanjana, and Sangya. And second queen, Ragi, and Prabha. Interesting. 3 queens. Saranya was the mother of Vaivasvata Manu, or Satyavrat, the present Manu. Present Satyavrat. And the twins, Yama, god of death, Yamraj, and his sister Yami. Yami is Yamuna. Later, she also gave birth to the Ashwin twins, who were the divine horsemen and physicians to the Devas. Being unable to bear the extreme radiance emanated by Surya, Sharanya created a superficial shadow of herself called Chaya. And Chaya literally means shadow. She asked her to act as Surya's wife. In due course of time, Chaya gave birth to 2 sons, namely Savarni, Manu, and Shani. Shani, planet Saturn. And 2 daughters, namely Tapti and Vishti. Surya's other wife, Ragi, gave birth to their son, Revanta or Revata. Surya's Dev's sons, Shani and Yamraj, are the judges of human life and karma. While Shani Dev bestows positive or negative results for one's deeds committed during one's lifetime, Yamraj grants these results after one's death. That's interesting. That's interesting. Okay. In the Ramayana, Surya is said to be the father of King Sugriv. Sugriv was the one who helped Ram defeat the terrible demon king Ravan. He imparts training to Hanuman to help him lead the Vanara Sena, or army of monkeys. Interestingly, Lord Ram himself is a descendant of Surya. He is a Suryavamshi, that is, hailing from the dynasty of Vamshas. And Krishna is regarded to be from the moon dynasty, Chandra, Krishna Chandra. Krishna, yeah. Surya bears great significance in the Mahabharata as well. According to this epic, Kunti received a diksha from a mantra from the short-tempered sage Durvasa. Because she pleased him, she was given the boon that whenever she chanted the mantra, she would be able to summon a deva and also bear a child by him. Without realizing its seriousness, Kunti tested the mantra when she was young. She summoned Surya. As Surya was forced to fulfill the obligations of the mantra, she miraculously begat a child from him while actually retaining her virginity. Not able to bear the thought of becoming an unwed mother, Princess Kunti was compelled to abandon her son, Khan, who later grew up to be one of the greatest ever warriors and a central character in the Battle of Kurukshetra. So Khan was a son of Suryadeva, a very powerful personality. The first book of the Mahabharata does not mention Surya as one of the Adityas. However, he may be regarded as the joint strength of all the 12 solar deities, namely Datri, Mitra, Arya, Nam, Sakra, Varun, Amsh, Vag, Vivasvat, Usha, Savitri, Twashtri, Vishnu. So this is the pastime of Suryadeva approaching Kunti after she summoned him. Surya, the sun god, controls the affairs of the entire universe, especially in regard to heat, light, seasonal change, and so on. He is considered an expansion of Narayan, sometimes called Surya Narayan. Surya represents the three Vedas, Rig, Yajur, and Sama, and therefore he is known as Trayimaya, the form of Lord Narayan. Surya is also called Vyakara, Daymaker, or Grahapati, king of the planets. The sun god has expanded himself in 12 divisions, and he thus controls the 6 seasonal changes and causes winter, summer, rain, and so on. The 6 seasons are spring, Vasant Ritu, summer, Grishma Ritu, monsoon, Varsha Ritu, autumn, Sharad Ritu, pre-winter, Hemant Ritu, winter, Shishar or Sita Ritu. The sun god, who is Narayana Vishnu, the soul of all the worlds, is situated in outer space between the upper and lower portions of the universe. Passing through 12 months on the wheel of time, the sun comes in touch with the 12 different signs of the zodiac and assumes 12 different names according to those signs. The aggregate of those 12 months is called a samvatsara, or entire year. According to lunar calculations, 2 fortnights, one of waxing moon and one of the waning moon, form 1 month. That same period is 1 day and night for the planet Pitulok. So 6 months is 1 day on Pitulok. According to stellar calculations, a month equals 2 1/4 constellations. When the sun travels for 2 months, a season passes, and therefore seasonal changes are considered part of the body of the year. The entire Kala Chakra, or wheel of time, is established from the wheel of the sun god's chariot. This wheel is known as Samvatsara. The 7 horses pulling the chariot of the sun are known as Gayatri, Brihati, Ushnik, Jakati, Trishtup, Anustup, and Pankti. They are harnessed by a demigod known as Arundev. So Arundev is like the chariot driver of Suryadeva, to a yoke 900,000 yojanas wide. The 7 horses represent the 7 colors of the visible light in the 7 days of the week. The chariot carries Aditya Dev, that's the sun god, always staying in front of the sun god and offering their prayers are the 60,000 sages known as Valikilyas. These are very tiny sages, like a thumb size, I think. Anyway, I think we come across those later. There are 14 Kandavas, Apsaras, and other demigods who are divided into 7 parties who perform ritualistic activity every month to worship the super soul through the sun god according to different names. So this is the sun god traveling through the universe with his horses and the chariot. The sun god travels through the universe for a distance of 95,100,000 yojanas. So that's 760,800,000 miles at a speed of 16,000 miles at every moment. Wow. In Vedic astrology, sun is regarded as slightly volatile due to his nature of being too radiant and emanating too much heat. The sun thus represents the soul, vitality, courage, willpower, authority, royalty, and so on. His position is exalted in Mesha or Aries and takes a backward position in Tula or Libra. In Vedic horoscope, the best location for the sun is considered to be right overhead on the 10th house and on the 1st, 5th, and 9th houses. Surya is the lord of Kritika, Uttara Falguni, and Uttara Ashada. He's often associated with reds, coppers, metallic colors, and his gemstone is ruby. Surya, he blessed Hanuman, baby Hanuman. He's known to be strong. Suryadeva is known to be strong, powerful, invincible. However, he too once was subdued by Hanuman, the greatest devotee, and also the humble servant of Lord Ram. He had an interesting episode with Surya during his childhood, Hanuman's childhood. A rather playful and mischievous monkey, of course, he's not an ordinary monkey, in his Balyavasta, childhood. Hanuman leapt up to the skies and started chasing Surya, mistaking him to be a ripe mango. He kept pursuing the sun, wanting to eat what he thought was a delicious fruit. Later, when he realized that Surya was the all-knowing teacher, Hanuman raised his body and positioned himself to orbit around the sun, also requesting him to accept him as a disciple. Surya refused, saying that he could never be in one place. So he had to constantly traverse around the universe. And undeterred, Hanuman continued to pursue Surya and kept pleading persistently. Surya then agreed and passed on his knowledge to Hanuman. In this way, Surya emerged as a karma shakshi, the eternal witness of all deeds. He also gave Hanuman 2 cities, namely Lagima and Ganima. which enabled him to take the smallest and the largest forms respectively at will. Surya synonym is Ravi, is the root of the word Ravivara, or Sunday, Ravivar, in the Vedic calendar. In both Bharatiya and Greek Roman nomenclature, for days of the week, Sunday is dedicated to the sun. Surya temples are often found in many parts of Bharat. More common than Surya temples are artwork related to Surya, which are often found in all types of temples of various traditions. So some of the major temples. Konarak, magnificent temple actually. It's in Orissa, rebuilt in the 13th century. It's also known as the Black Pagoda. It's located in Konarak, Odisha, and was supposedly built by King Nasimdev of the Eastern Ganga dynasty. Temple is built in the shape of a huge chariot with elaborate carved stone wheels, walls, and pillars. UNESCO World Heritage Site. It is also considered to be one of the 7 wonders of India. This temple is now partially in ruins. Unfortunate, but it's still got a magnificence to it. The name Konarak is derived from the root kona, or arka, and arka. The structure was originally built at the mouth of the river Chandrabhag, but now the river has notably receded. Strictly adhering to the Kalinga style of architecture, this temple was built with condylite rocks and faced the east in such a way that the first rays of the sun would strike the main entrance. The Konarak temple is well known for its intricate and erotic sculptures of the Maithunas. 2 smaller temples have been found nearby. One of them is Maya Devi temple, which is supposed to be one of Suryadeva's wives. The other is Vaishnav temple, comprising sculptures of Balaram, Varaha, Trivikram, but neither of the temples has a main deity. So this is beautiful temple. It's absolutely magnificent.
Where is that temple, Prabhu?
Orissa. It's very close to Jagannath Puri.
Is it?
Only 1 hour away from Jagannath Puri.
Okay.
Yeah, worth visiting. And it's, of course, it's not in use anymore. No worship takes place. It's partially, yeah, but it's a heritage site. And you can still see the glory of the temple, although it's partially ruined. It still is very glorious to see it. Amazing to see it, actually.
Yes.
Worth visiting. Worth visiting. Over 5,000 years ago, Samba, the son of Krishna, suffered from leprosy. The sage Kataka asked him to worship Surya to cure his disease. Isn't this interesting, isn't it? Samba, the son of Krishna, suffered from leprosy. Samba undertook penance for 12 years near the shores of Chandrabhag and then built Konarak and other temples as well. So 5,000 years old, this temple. Multan Sun Temple, so this is another temple, is known as Aditya Sun Temple, is located in modern Punjab, Pakistan. The original Multan Sun Temple is said to have been built by Samba. Again, Samba. This temple is supposed to have been visited by Hussein Sangh in 641 AD. The temple, rich in its opulence, gold and gems, became a source of revenue for the Muslim invaders after the invasion. He plundered and looted its wealth, sparing only the deity, which was made of wood. Before the invasion, this deity had been covered with gems and gold with 2 red rubies for its eyes. The city of Multan, probably got its name from the Sanskrit word Mulasthana, which is the location of this temple. Mulasthana. However, the exact location of the original Multan temple is presently under debate. So there's a few other temples. And where are we time-wise? Okay. Just seeing what okay, there's quite a bit. Wow. Okay. Maybe we'll carry on tomorrow, talking through the different temples of Suryadeva. Any questions? Any comments?
Hare
Okay.
Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Karan.
Yeah, I've been always wondering, in the Hindu family in Mauritius, we always offer water to Suryadeva in the morning. So how has this practice started, and why?
That's a good question. I know a lot of like our godbrother Shiv Dayal Prabhu. He does this without fail. Even Lord Ramachandra.
Yeah, we do it. Yeah, we do it because we have been doing it since we are kids. So
kids,
we
yeah.
continue it. We are teaching to our children also, but
yes. Why?
I know when we go to why? When we go to Ganga Mata, we offer the same Ganga Mata water to Ganga Mata, and well, I don't know why, but we offer water to Ganga Mata. But why to Suryadeva?
Interesting. I haven't come across the reason why or where it started. Do you know, Jit? No. The thing is, it is such a common practice. It must have its source in the scriptures for sure. I personally haven't come across the reasons why. Obviously, sun is so important to life as a whole. Without it, we just would not be able to function. So I suppose it is to acknowledge that and show our gratitude to him. I must admit, it's a very good practice to have as well. As soon as you
to glorify the Sun God, to glorify him.
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
as you say, it's very important. Without the sun, there's no life.
Correct. And he's representative of the Supreme Lord. And, that's a very good practice to, honor the representative of the Supreme Lord. So, but I don't know where that practice is sort of, that given. I don't think Prabhupada undertook that. Or within the Gaudiya tradition, I haven't really heard that being done. As such, we don't see any of the temples doing that. But having
So
said,
here in the Hindu family, we as from kid itself we learn how to offer water to Suryadeva and then offer water to Tulsi Mata, and then of course we recite some mantras. But we never know why.
Yeah, Prabhu in Mahabharat, Pitama, is it Pitama? He is always giving water to Suryadeva.
Yeah.
Yes.
True. It's mentioned in the Vedas, but not where. Yeah, Jenti saying it is mentioned in the Vedas, but we're not quite sure where. But yeah, it has to have its source in the Vedic scriptures for sure. Such an important tradition. It's generation, as your father taught you Karuna, and you're teaching your children. So it's such an important thing. It's a very good practice, I have to say. Okay, sorry, couldn't be helpful. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Karun. Suryadev ki jai.